have gone. Tears on tap. Tears on tap. Tears on tap. Beautiful. Earth night. Special guest, Daddy wants the fucking food. Yes, yes, my friend, Ultra, Mike Stand, made in China. You're a cheap vagina, made in China. Thank you. Give it up for the cocaine. Check it now. Slick dog. Sex.
Motherfucking stripper, now he's in the house tonight. Ooh, yeah. Yo, thanks to Holy Big Mad up in the crib. Big Danny Cruz. I was hacking this up, man. Thanks to the Spiritual Vic. This first one's about a big old Mennonite that I met on the Holy Mountain. Psychedelic Mennonite ghost. So you know, my boy, he was telling me this story. He dogged at a White Castle one night. He went out at about 2 a.m. to a spiritual White Castle up in Nashville. He was driving down the road. He said, damn, I'm high as hell. I'm drunk. I'm going to White Castle. He went through and got some White Castle burgers, some spiritual fries too. And he rolled out of there. He was going to work at 7:30, about 5.5 hours later in the morning. He was driving past, and the White Castle had been decimated. They knocked the building over. It turns out, like back in the back, they had like huge ass rats and bugs and shit, hissing European cockroaches and shit up in there. And he got like the last White Castle, and then they just knocked the building down, like right after he cruised by. He got the last White Castles out that spiritual joint. The building didn't even exist when he rolled up in it. So I thought that was tight. It kind of also reminds me about this time when I was rolling down the road with my boys near Columbus, Ohio, and psychedelic stretch of road. And we was riding, and we was all sober though. It was early morning, you know, we're cruising. And I start to feel time kind of slow down. Shit starts to feel weird and heavy, like we play some salvia or something. Like I feel the weight of the world on my chest. I'm like, damn, this is fucked, man. What's going on? I look over at my boy in the driver's seat, and I'm like, you feel this? He's like, yeah, man. Something's weird. I look in the back seat, holy Terry Turtle, 64 years old in the back. Yeah, buddy, I feel that too. I'm like, damn, something's going on. I look to the right, there's a strange green RAV4 sitting right next to us. It's driving like at the same speed. This holy psychedelic green RAV4. All the windows are smashed out. There's like wood panels attached and nailed to the sides. It's filled with garbage and it smells like holy hell, y'all. And there's this huge fucking thing in the front seat driving the whip. And this whip didn't come from the back. It didn't leave out the front. It just appeared when we all started feeling heavy and shit. And I'm like, dude, what is that? Its arm was popped out and extended on the top of the roof. It was huge and like stretched out. Its body was so fucking huge. Its head was shrimped and cocked at this strange angle. And its face was splished up against the roof and shit. You couldn't even see what its head looked like. It was like shoved and squashed up in the roof. I was like, dude, you see that? He was like, yeah, man. In that RAV4? I'm like, yeah. And then like I look and it was gone and like everything felt normal again. I was like, damn, we saw some shit. So I went down that same stretch of road about 10 days ago and I was expecting to see a visit from this bad boy in this RAV4, you know. I was expecting shit to go crazy. I had a beer ready to crack just in case, you know, to like cope with the psychedelicness when that shit popped off. But it didn't happen, you know, nothing happened. It was a chill ride. But right about the place where we saw this crazy Sasquatch looking thing driving, a strange radio commercial came on the radio. Hey there, buddy, come on down to Big Billy's Auto. We got your RAV4 right here. And I said, that's our boy on the radio, I think. He's busy right now. That's why he's not out visiting and shit, you know. He was that voice on the spiritual radio. And that's what this next one's about, y'all. Motel, wasn't no liquor, no beer, no love bugs on the prowl. Wasn't no Creole mafia there, wasn't no ghostly dog. Just that rain and ice and snow, cars crashing in the fall. Ooh, one night in Wilderado. Taco Bell, didn't get no burritos there, 'twas a portal to hell. Driving through New Mexico, thinking about how time goes slow. Shake those molasses off, yeah, it's time to roll. place, man. It's great to see all the homies out in here. I love this spiritual spot. And the big holy Vic, thank you, man. I always love in this place. Never knew I'd be rocking a show. That shit's off the chain. Who's got the Yeti powder, y'all? You know what I'm saying? So this next one's about some things like that. My man Terry, who we were talking about earlier, Big Terry Turtle, he said to me, "You heard about them chapatis?" He's talking about Chipotle, you know. Chapatis. Down at Chapatis, man, they got that salmonella and that shit, you know, killed some folks. I'm like, I heard about that, man. You know, I wasn't the hugest fan of Chapatis anyways, but you know, it's like, that's sad, you know. He was like, "Yeah, some folks died down there." I'm like, he's like, "There's this one guy, I saw some pictures of him. He's in his 20s, and Chapatis put him on a walker." So this dude, he's in his 20s, and Chapatis put him on a walker. I was like, damn. He's at like the retirement home or something, you know. And I was like, good God, that's some sad shit. He said, "Yeah, that dude ain't off the chain." And I said, "No, he ain't. That dude is cemented to the chain." And I said, "Yeah, I think he is, homie." I was like, damn, that is off the chain. And so, you know, I was in Columbus rocking this show, and I played my set, and I went to the Holy Merch table, and there was this strange dude sitting there. And he's like from Ohio, but he went out to Europe and came back and started acting European and shit, you know. Dude had like a funky ass European haircut and a fake accent and stuff like that. Hey, and he bought a tape. I was like, hell yeah, you know, that's off the chain, you know. Thank you, man. And we're hanging out, but he starts saying some racist shit and starts saying all this other stuff, just talking his head off. I'm like, dude, chill, you know, chill. And like, he's annoying everybody. And then he says to me, he's like, "You want to come do some Yeti powder at my place around the corner?" I'm like, "Yeah, boy." I'm like, let's go do that for sure. So, you know, we roll. It's literally around the corner. It's like connected to the venue almost. I walk in and I'm like, dude, this house is haunted as fuck. The vibes were so heavy, man. I could barely walk in the place. There was a sad puss sitting right by the door, man. The saddest puss you've ever seen. I couldn't even pet it. It was so damn sad. I said, "Nah, man, I ain't even gonna touch that thing." There was demonic paintings all over the wall. Make Hellraiser 2 look like child play. It was fucking, dude, there was demonic screaming faces with eyes popping out and other faces forming from them. All this like painful, horrific, demonic imagery and shit. I'm like, fuck, this place is haunted, man. I was like, "Who did those paintings?" He's like, "I don't know." I'm like, oh, fuck. I think Pinhead, I'm pretty sure Pinhead did those paintings. You know what I'm saying? There's a scene in Hellraiser 1 that he painted these things, you know what I'm saying? Deleted. Clive Barker said we can't have that, it's too good up in the movie. So I was like, okay. And then we go into the living room and there's a black leather coffee table made of leather. I said, that's Hellraiser 2 right there. That's a straight prop from the movie. And I was like, I've never seen that before. He threw all the Yeti powder out on the black leather coffee table. We did some spiritual Yeti powder, and I said, I'm out of this bitch. I'm out of this place right now. I ran out, you know. And dude comes back and he's hassling me and stuff, you know. And I'm like, dude, chill, you know. Thanks for the Yeti powder, but you know, I'm trying to chill with my friends and stuff. You annoying everybody. And he's like, okay. He's like, well, let me tell you something. And I'm like, what's that? He's like, well, you know I bought a cassette, right? I said, yeah. He said, well, I stole another one. And I'm like, damn, okay. And he pulls out both cassettes and he's dancing in the spiritual snow and outside Columbus behind the venue, just dancing and shaking the cassettes, one in each hand. I said, that's off the chain, you know? Give that to a friend, give the other one to a friend. And he just rolled out. I was like, hell yeah, you know? And that's what this next one's about, man. It's about a haunted-ass joint that you do not want to stay in. You know? It's kind of a butt rock anthem, too. If I stay there tonight, I know I'll see you go. If I stay there tonight, I know I'll see you go. The vibes that I felt rolling by, Lord, you know they got me high. Well, if I stay there tonight, I see a ghost. Yeah, I know I see a ghost. Yeah, I know I see a ghost. It's about that haunted Hellraiser house. You know, also a holy haunted motel up in Nevada that I passed by one night. So you know, me and my boy Big Matt Robideau went down to Mexico together.
We do.
And this guy named Obesa Andy was set. Dude was off the chain. We cruised down together.
He's obese now, really?
He's obese now, yeah. He gained like 400 pounds or something, dude. LA turned him into like this. He ate too many tacos. He bloated up and shit, you know. I was like, damn, I didn't even recognize him, you know what I mean? But we hopped in the car, the Holy 96 T-Bird, that was my whip, still is, but the transmission's out right now. My man Little Howlin' Wolf claims he's gonna help me fix it up. So we going down towards Tijuana to play the spiritual show. We crossing the border. I realized I had a little bit of Yeti powder stashed inside a CCR cassette case. Green River, that holy album. The plastic snap old school case with the spiritual label. And I said, yo, Matt, pass me that CCR Green River real quick. I got to do this Yeti powder before we crossed the border. So I did, the shit was off the chain. We got to the border, and the dude goes, guitarras! I'm like, see? He's like, Tijuana? I'm like, see, welcome to Mexico. And we cruised right in, man, it was off the chain, no problem. My man put the address into his fascist device of what he thought the venue was. Believe me, that wasn't the right address. He screwed the pooch on that one. He put in an address that's an hour and a half away on top of a psychedelic mountain. A strange Mexican village called Cerro, Colorado. Way up on top of this mountain, dirt roads and flaming garbage piles in the middle of the road. The car's got a blast over at high speeds or your shit explodes. Crazy ass people screaming at us and stuff. We're wilding out. I'm yetied out. I'm gangsterized. I ate some holy edibles too, and we was blazed and shit. And I'm like, oh my god, man, this shit is fucked. You know, I'm like, the car's not even gonna make it. There's no way we playing on top of this psychedelic ass mountain. I want to sometime, but I know it ain't going down tonight. You know? So we're cruising. We get to this flaming garbage pile, so big and so high, the whip will not literally go over the top of it. I'm trying. But this, I'm like, fuck it, man, we out of here. I start backing down. This lady runs out in front of the car. Stop! We stopped, yo. Thank God we did, because if we had gone another 2 feet, we would have flown off a psychedelic ravine. Because I had turned it too far to the left. So she goes, hey-yo! And the whole spiritual village comes out, y'all. I'm talking old ass people, young people, babies, dogs, cats, strange chickens, roosters and shit. Everybody's out there. And they push the car sideways into the middle of the road. I throw some spiritual 20s out the window. And I'm like, peace, y'all! We roll out of there, man. We all had a blast up on that holy mountain. We back down and we finally call up whoever it is and get the spiritual show underway, man, and it was off the chain, you know. The show was great, the food was great, the vibes was great. It comes time to go back up to US the next day, and we're cruising, and we sitting in line for like an hour and a half waiting to cross back into US. And they sell all kinds of psychedelic ass stuff out there. They sell like crazy crucifixes spewing blood and strange foods and all these things, you know. But there was one thing I saw I really wanted, man. It's a spiritual ceramic Minions lamp. And I was like, I want that minion, dude. I was like, oh my god, I gotta have that. The dude saw me eyeing and he comes over and knocks on the window. 25 for the minion. I'm like, damn, 25? I was expecting like 5, man. That ceramic minion is a ceramic minion with a lamp popping out its head, you know? And I'm like, damn, but I want that shit. You know, he comes back, he keeps seeing the look in my eyes of almost need for the spiritual ceramic minion. But I didn't, you know, he keeps dropping the price, but it gets down to like 15, and I'm like, I've had this realization, like if I buy this ceramic minion, it ain't gonna make it through the night. You know, I hang with some G's and somebody's gonna grab that shit and smash the fuck out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like within probably 10 minutes, man, I might not even get back to US before it happens. OB standing beside might grab it and just fucking smash that shit. So I'm like, damn. So you know, we cruise on, I'm like, no minion tonight, maybe next time. We cruise to the border and like, the dude, usually they search you real hard because they think you're smuggling and stuff, but there's a big pile of sleeping bags in the back seat and the dude's like, is that a person under there? I was like, nah, man. He was like, welcome to US. We could have smuggled at least 3 shrimpanades across the border. We could have smuggled mad homies across. Made top dollars and had a blast and helped all these people out, so next time I'm going to, you know what I mean? They ain't gonna fuck me. So then we went up to this crazy ass cliff with all these fat sea lions chilling on it. And let me tell you, man, these huge pimps, and it smells like shit. It smells like piss and semen because it's these huge pimps and they're jizzing and fucking and like shitting and pissing all over these cliffs. It's like a small cliff covered in fat sea lions. It's like the one spot they got to chill. It's pretty sad actually, but kind of fun too. It smells like semen. We know our boy that smells like semen, so we named it after him. We were like, yo, it's Jeremiah's Beach. You know what I'm saying? And so we cruised on from there. I gotta tell him, you know, about that someday, you know what I mean? He'll probably find out one way or the other. There's a beach named after him, you know, down near San Diego called La Jolla. Jeremiah's Beach renamed. There's a spiritual beach next to that where you can swim and shit. And the sea lions swim next to you and pop their heads out of the water. And you're paddling in the waves. And they're huge. And I wanted to ride one, but my man Matt said that they bite you and shit, so I didn't try it. Didn't want to get my fingers bit off before the show that night. But I chilled with them. You know, that's what this next one's about, you know. Wicked Rizot, Big Danny Cruz, Holy Matt. Thanks to all y'all for coming tonight, man. The Holy Bun Winkies, man. The spiritual Josh Berqueezy, most of all, yeah. And Big Chris, so yeah. Let me retune real quick. That old lady. About an obese chocolate lab, rest in peace, Shar Shar, man. It's called Obesa, Queen of the Green Hole, about a big old chocolate lab swimming around in a spiritual waterfall hole, you know. I never heard it said so gangsterously.
Frank,
This whole set's dedicated to
a
you.
lot of people are liking your set.
I think it's because you're here, my man.
They like it too.
Your holy backup vocals are off the chain. Yeah, this whole set's dedicated to Danny Monster Cruz. This one's about a haunted road that I traveled down with my man Big Tits McGee.
Big tits.
Macaulay Culkin look-alike. Had a dead rat crawl up inside his car. He left it there because he's so damn lazy. We were hotboxing in there all the time in the summer down in East Tennessee. Absorbing all that rat fume. You roll down the window, you're like, oh, God damn. You ain't gonna be having no sex that. You can't go on a date for like 3 weeks after hotboxing at Tits
Dead
McGee's.
rats, baby.
Take 7 showers, you smell worse than you did before taking the first one. That rat that sticks with you. That's what it's about, man. Also about all kinds of other shit. Haunted road, spiritual haunted road I discovered with my man Tits McGee. Close, burn some up in the trees, and I said, we got to get away. We got to get away. That dry Greek road, one on his spiritual way. car rolls back and forth, no driver in the chair. And I said, we got to get away. We got to get away. That bright green road, one haunted spiritual way. If you go up on that haunted road, my friend. If you go up on that haunted road, my friend. Your best have said or your goodbye, 'cause that day might be your end. And I said, we got to get away. Got to get away. That dry, free road, one haunted spiritual way. Thanks to the Holy Ted Lizzy up in the motherfucking building. If you don't fuck with feet and pubes, then you out your mind. You know what I mean? This last song's about a spiritual beer. I was going with my boys to Cincinnati. One dude who was with us wanted to meet up with this cracker-ass dude who owns a gentrified coffee house. I said, fuck that, man. I ain't trying to waste my time in the beautiful city of Cincinnati hanging with some honky down at a coffee house. Especially put in the middle of this, like, you know, it was really bad, gentrified to the max. You gotta wear a suit to go up inside and stuff. I'm like, damn, son. I ain't trying to fuck around with that. I'm trying to fuck around with some beers, maybe an abandoned building or something. Woo! Maybe throw some graffiti or something. Yeah. Maybe get nasty in a psychedelic abandoned elevator shaft or something. Up in Cincinnati. You know? But instead we went to this coffee house. And I'm sitting outside. And the dude who owned the joint came out and I'm like, at least tell me something, man. What's a spiritual local beer I can hit and get, you know, get lifted on? He's like, are you trying to get blacked out? I said, yeah. Yeah. I said, fuck yeah. He said, well, you need to try this beer called Hoodie Po. Like, Hoodie Po? What are you fucking talking? You pulling my third leg? What are you talking about, dude? Hoodie Po. He's like, yeah, Hoodie Po. I'm like, okay, Hoodie Po. So we go on a search for Hoodie Po. We pass by the Big Butter Jesus. We pass by a psychedelic flea market called Trader's World. Chill with the Big Butter Jesus. Take some selfies for Twitter and whatnot. And then we head on to find some Hoodie Po. Stopping at every spot. Ain't nobody got some Hoodie Po. In fact, people are getting pissed when I ask. I'm like, you know about Hoodie Po? I don't got none of that. I'm like, okay, take a chill pill, dog. You people are getting aggressive anti-hoodie pole. I still don't even know if it's a real thing or if I'm fucking around. Dude's playing me or something. I don't even know. We passed by a strange steel mill. There's a psychedelic roadhouse across the street on the left called the Golden Key Club. I said, let's pull over and roll in there, get a beer and see what's going down. So we roll in and huge mama sits right down next to me instantly. She says, hey there, first time here? I'm like, yeah. You have to try the loaded fries. And I'm like, what? Loaded fries? What's that? I knew what it was, but I wanted to hear what you had to say. French fried tater, cheese, and bacon on top. I'm like, okay, hell yeah. You know about some hoodie pole? Hoodie pole! I haven't heard that in about 15 years, buddy. Now I don't know where to get it. I'm like, damn. She's like, I'm going to the bathroom. She rolled out. Huge fat pimp sits down next to me. I sense you've been talking to my wife. I'm like, ooh, here we go, y'all. You know, about to get knocked out. And he's like, it's okay, buddy. Have you ever heard of a buffalo wing? And I'm like, what? Buffalo wing? I didn't tell him I'd been to the place where it was invented up in Buffalo, the Spiritual Anchor Bar and shit. That would have been pretentious. I said, what's that? It's like a chicken leg, but smaller. Dipped in a strange red sauce and fried. Dip it in the blue cheese, man. I send the wife down here and the grandchildren come over and picks up about 3 orders of those buffalo wings. Okay. You know about some hoodie pole? Hoodie pole? Hoodie pole? No, fuck no, man. I don't know where to get that. But I did put on 6 songs of Hootie and the Blowfish for you. So we rocked out to my man Darius for about 35 minutes. Darius Rucker and Hootie and the Blowfish. Yeah! And I like that band actually, so I was tight. I was down. And we rolled out, cracked a review on my top 5 albums of all time. But so we cruised out. I'm like, we're the fuck out of this psychedelic roadhouse. We get to the house venue in this fucked up college town, Oxford, Ohio. I'm like, where is the hoodie pole? Y'all know? Is this made up? They're like, I think you can get some down at the Kroger's. I'm like, how far away is the Kroger's? It's a long way. It was a 5-minute walk, y'all. I walked 5 minutes to the Kroger's. Wow. There was a psychedelic walk-in beer cave inside this Kroger's. Never seen that before. There was one last remaining 12-pack of Hoodie Light, the light version of Hoodie Pole. I snatched that shit up real quick. Bought it. Went back to the house, sat on the couch on the front porch and cracked that first Hoodie Light. Took that first miraculous sip. Swished it around in my mouth and shit, you know. Tasted like horse urine. It was like a LaCroix with horse urine stirred into it. Like a drop of Everclear or something. I said, damn, that's horrible. Sipped the whole 12-pack, barely caught a buzz. And then, recently, about 12 days ago, I tried the real Hoodie Pole, not light, and that shit was actually off the chain. Yeah. That's what this last one's about, y'all. Love y'all, man. Holy Western Mass. Holy Danny Monster Cruise. This one's for you, bad boy. Up next is a Big Bun Winkies.
Taught me much of what you
has to know. Farming fields on both sides, next to mountains pushing through the clouds. Got a girl on your mind, you'll be making love in no time. I remember them nighttime drives down in East Tennessee mountains. 411 country road, it rolls on and on and on. And everybody around here, especially Big Danny Monster, Krizu.
I'm gonna pass this around, one more time. Frank Scott.
Hey,
Victoria.
Chat to a chat about your life ago. Don't feel murder people.